Reading what my mum had to say about me growing up, so moving over to video number 2, phobias. I first became aware of phobias when Anna was at primary school. Although it is only recently that phobias have become so many and extreme, she would take any warning completely literally. Her brain did not seem able to process information normally. I remember a fire drill shortly after Anna started school and how the next day she screamed and screamed and did not want to go to school, despite having had no fears about school before then, and it was because she thought the school was going to burn down, and it was really difficult to convince her it wasn't. Likewise, she was told fireworks were dangerous, so she would not go anywhere near a firework display. She was warned about germs, and she started avoiding anyone with the slightest cold or cough. She was told to wash her hands, and she started doing this obsessively. Anna got into secondary school on one of the 5 special places that go for each year to children in need of support. We took this to appeal, and she got in, presumably on the strength of reports from primary school. She did not seem nervous after secondary school. She seemed settled all right, especially needs support. Year 9 was very difficult, however, with teachers expressing concern about her behaviour and the fact she did not join in, and she was given a book that had to be signed at each lesson. She seemed to come through this, however, and her last years at school were better, with her getting good GCSEs and A-levels. Anna discovered that if she learned things off by heart, she could do well in exams, and this gave her an incentive. She still could not handle mathematics, however. She was about the worst in her year and ended up with a G grade at GCSE despite a lot of help. She still has little grasp of numbers. She can learn things off by heart like tables. She helped to get the G, but she could not apply the information, and now constantly taken aback by her inability to do the most basic calculations. As a teenager, Anna continued to have toddler-like tantrums and screaming fits. She took little real interest in other people apart from Kate Winslet. She had noticeable difficulty with eye contact and eyes sometimes seemed very impenetrable. Little things seemed to sometimes have an importance to her out of proportion, for example, what we were having to eat. It was becoming obvious that she could not bear the smallest changes to routine. She would, for example, go to bed at exactly the same time and get up at the same time. This helped to do well at exams. She would revise for set times. She had difficulty following plots of films and books. She preferred non-fiction. When we watched films and TV, Anna kept saying, "I do not understand." She could not understand someone was lying, even if this was clearly flagged up, and she could not understand facial expressions. At primary school, Anna seemed obsessed with food. She would talk non-stop about food and what people had to eat. She also became obsessed with babies. Later, she saw the film Titanic. I cannot remember how old she was, around 12, and she became absolutely obsessed with the actress Kate Winslet. She collected every magazine article she could find and spent hours on the internet researching Kate Winslet. She was constantly telling us detailed lists of information about Kate Winslet, her family, everything that was eaten at her wedding, her school results, every TV programme and film she was ever in. She would sit at her computer writing down all the information. If I threw away any scrap of paper related to Kate Winslet, Anna would screaming fit. She was inconsolable. Anna would talk non-stop about Kate Winslet in a very fast, monotonous voice. I would then be tested to make sure I'd listen. Questions like when was the date of birth of Kate Winslet's brother. The Kate Winslet obsession lasted many years, and Anna still has huge piles of articles and notes relating to her. That's where it ends. So yeah. I read that quite quickly, just to try and get it all in. So that's, I hope you found that interesting. I just unearthed it just now. As I say, I think I have done a video on this before, but I thought it would be interesting to go over it again, as the other video is lost way back. And and obviously some of you might not have seen the other video, so I just thought it would be interesting just to reread some of that, really. That's what I wanted to share today. Haven't really been out much today. The weather's really not very nice. A ride ready day, as I used to call it. It's rather muggy, not in a very nice way. It's kind of threatening to rain on and off. The sky is gungy. Last night was very, very, very muggy and sort of humid, and there was thunder, but I don't know if it really cleared the air much at all. It's not very nice weather. I hope it freshens up soon, because it's very annoying, and I still have to make my bed. I've been putting it off for ages, but I've got to go and do it. I best go and make the bed while I upload this video. So thank you for watching.